Veracity, TRIAS, and Multivac geeks have spoken. Y'all watch my videos more than everybody else, even more than B-Pro videos, so you're going to get more of these. I got to do what analytics and the YouTube algo say, so you have spoken, and good job, Veracity, TRIAS, and Multivac watchers. These will become more frequent, so make sure you subscribe, hit that bell. I'm going to try to do three to 4 of these a week. I might only miss 2 days a week on these, especially if nothing's moving among all three. And if you are new to this channel and you found this channel because of these 3 coins, my Discord and Patreon community, links to the bottom is full of these geeks, so go ahead and check that out. And what my channel does is I help you become more familiar with charts, so you're not watching project fundamentals and news-based stuff, clicking around, not having an idea of what the hell is happening with the charts. And as you click around with your money, I help you gain a little bit more control over your crypto destiny to convert you from a buyer and a prayer who watches price go up and all the way down into a profit pimp. That's what we do here. So with that said, returning viewers, smash like, leave me a quick comment, even if it's just like a dot or an emoji or LOL you suck or Cosa muy feo, whatever you want to do. Help the algo so I can continue making these videos. Let's jump into it. All right. So the most important thing, and what I'm about to say, even if you're not a Multivac person, you're here for another one. Don't go to the other tags quite yet, because I have tags down there. Don't leave quite yet. I'm going to cover Multivac first, but this is more of an emotional trade. Yeah, the emotion side of trading type of idea that I'm going to, and it's going to apply to you as well. Not right now, because your charts are different for TRIAS and TRIAS and Veracity, but it will apply to you. Okay, so check this out. Watch this part before skipping around. Okay, Multivac folks, I made this guess back here. I said Multivac is not ready to pump. I gave all my reasons why in multiple videos, right? And so I made this projection. This is going to be behind Bitcoin's all-time highs. It needs more time before it pumps. Could it pump on this one? Yeah, a week earlier. Sure, these are weekly candles. Okay, now, I know that a lot of you, okay, big chest pounding, and it's fine to be a chest pounder of a few coins, or 2, I would say 2 max. You don't want to be a chest pounder about everything you hold. You need to give 2 shits about your coins and just worry about making profit. But be proud, like be tied to it because you think it's your best bet to make profit. But outside of just blindly chest pounding, you only need 2 coins. Anyway, so those people, when I said this is not ready to pump, I know, or I'm going to make myself bigger. I know a lot of you watched that video and said, he's wrong. It's going to pump immediately. I know you got that feeling, and I bet it was a lot of you, right? So I want you to focus on that feeling, like, it's going now, right? I know you had it. So think about that, how that felt. I need you to actually think about it, because I'm going to make a point here that is going to apply for when you're supposed to take profits. Okay? Think about that. No way. All right. And that's fine to think that. Shit, I've felt that all the time too. I mean, yeah. When I was newer to this. So now, how does that feeling apply to when things are hot? Well, I will be giving price targets, and there will be exact signs. When alts start getting hot, there will be horizontals, origin lines, bearish divergences, all that stuff. And when they start to align and give a strong signal that, hey, it is time to at least sell 10 to 20% of my MTV in order to buy back lower. So 10 or 20 bag was what I call them, right? That's not selling all your MTV, not 100%, but rather 10% or 20% to use that tether, to then buy back lower, because it's statistically likely you will be able to buy back lower. You don't care about selling tops. You care about selling at a point where you can buy significantly lower within a short time frame. Forget about tops. Those moments are going to come. And how that relates to the thought that a lot of you say, it's going to fly now. You're going to get a similar feeling. It's going up. I give you signals that, hey, it is time to take profits, which I'll give to my Patreon Discord community, especially for alts. I'll give it, at least a day ahead. But when I say those things and you're not a part of the community or whatever, you're going to get the feeling, it's going to keep going. It's going to keep going, right? So just, and see what played out. It went sideways for longer, okay? You're going to get that same feeling, but in a different scenario, and you're going to watch your gains go down. So to Veracity holders, okay, do you remember? I know a lot of you are out there because I read the comments. I read your damn comments, and I think I've literally hearted every single comment ever posted. And sometimes it takes like me 2 to 3 days to approve your comment. So if you comment and it doesn't show up, just wait. It'll go. So remember Veracity holders. And so MTV, even though I'm flipping to Veracity, don't go, because I'm going to show you this already happened to Veracity folks. And it's like the most perfect example ever. But this is what you will be feeling. I'm telling you. And I want to show you the area of like the opportunity you will be missing out if you get that feeling and you don't act, okay? And I'm not saying sell exactly when I sell. Use your own damn analysis too. But when I give signals that, you know, it's time to take profits, just make the loose assumption that, okay, it probably is kind of close. Now might not be the time. I'm going to use my own analysis. But if he's saying it, okay, maybe I should be a little bit prepared. So I'm not saying sell when I say sell. I'm definitely not saying that, right? I'm not saying that. I'm not a financial advisor. These are only Pokemon cards. All right, so going to Veracity. I'm not moving my line ever. This was like a classic moment. So there was a lot of bearish divergence forming on the chart for Veracity here. So I made a video and I left my line here right when it was screaming up on this pop. Okay. I said I would take profits now and it would be much bigger than a 20 bag. All right. And guess what happened? Veracity went how much higher? 56%. What do you think the comments were like throughout these days? How many days did that take? Throughout the next 3 weeks almost. Your analysis sucks. You suck, right? Okay. And the MTV people, this is going to happen to you too. And those are the people focused on selling tops, which those people, they didn't sell. And what happened? What happened? Right? What the hell happened? Okay. So that same moment is going to happen to you. And even if Bitcoin, it's altcoin season, it doesn't matter. BPro had a 70-something% correction while other alts were flying in April. So big corrections happen during altcoin season, especially if your coin is popping while and starting to correct and slow down. When Bitcoin has no bearish divergence, it'll still correct. But the good thing is, if your coin does that, it'll probably get another pop before Bitcoin, you know, starts tanking or whatever and has a big correction. Worst case scenario, you start tanking and then Bitcoin tanks, and then your altcoin will go a lot lower than typical, which is actually what happened to BPro. But so this scenario will happen. So let's say you did sell much more. Let's say you 50 bagged Veracity here and you waited for it to go below within a reasonable time frame, which it did. 23 weeks, fairly reasonable, right? Because you can't sell tops. You can't do it. So forget about it. But if you sold there and waited for one daily higher low, that's all you had to do. Just follow basic rules. And would you be bored to tears and wanting to click around this whole time from selling here to coming over here to the first higher low on the daily? That's 100 days. You're going to be bored to tears. But following rules and trading makes you bored to tears. You should be bored in trading, like to a certain degree. Now, right now with Bitcoin breaking all-time high stuff, screaming, okay, it's exciting. But these exciting moments are rare. Like this is why we're here. They're rare. If they were constant, then even small pumps would make you disappointed, right? If everything were up forever. All right, anyway, so look. Watch how much lower you would have been able to sell. After a daily higher low, 67%. If you want more Veracity, you sell some Veracity. If you want more MTV, you sell some MTV. If you want more TRIAS, you sell some TRIAS. Do you sell 100% of it? No. That's why we do 10 and 20 bag type of ideas. And when things are super hot, maybe increase it to a 50 bag or something like I kind of suggested in this case. And to one of my house members, I told him to sell all of it. And guess how much crypto that person would have had just waiting for one higher low? Did it take 100 days? Bored to tears? Absolutely. But do you want more crypto? And do you want to get more crypto by using other people's money and their actions? You don't have to keep feeding this with your, you know, a part of your monthly check or biweekly check or however you get paid. You can get more crypto using other people's clicking around with their money. I'm telling you. All right. And so these moments are going to happen. The same Veracity moment is going to happen. Now, will they take 100+ days? Because it probably won't take 100 days during these next dips or whatever. You're looking for more like 20-30% dips before it keeps charging. But these moments are going to happen. And if you're the person on MTV to have that feeling, just know it's going to happen. And you're going to be, you know, in that group of Veracity folks who said, ha, and then they realized, oh shit, I never sold. Now this stinks. And they had to wait even longer to get back up to that line, even longer. So instead of 120 days, just to be at break even where I said, they waited 144 days and they don't have more crypto. They don't have more Veracity because they didn't sell. Waited longer, less Veracity. What do you want? I mean, shit, that doesn't sound good to me, right? All right, so that's why we blend a hodl position with trading. not day trading necessarily, even though you could day trade this. This is a very volatile coin. You could use a portion of it to day trade as well, but more swing trading, 10, 20 bag mixed with HODL, mostly HODL. Okay. All right. Because we like to get more crypto with other people's money. All right. Back to MTV. So just know that feeling's going to happen. Just trust me. It's going to happen. You're not going to want to sell. All right. So this still needs more time. I'm still thinking later this month, maybe around November 1st, you'll get a pop. You just need a weekly closure above here. That is it. So not coming up. The week doesn't close. That doesn't count. A closure. And if you do see it screaming midweek, like even next week, if you see it screaming midweek way above, that's a good 10 to 20 bag opportunity. Why? Because it's most likely going to close close to this line. It's so statistically likely that if you see any time, even next week, this week, whatever, if you see it scream way past it, like 20% or whatever, that is even 15%, that is a good 10 to 20 bag opportunity with the idea that you will be able to buy closer to this line for a 10% discount. You get more crypto by clicking around with using statistical edges. So I'm telling you, if you see MTV go above midweek, significantly above 2.18 cents, that's a good 10 to 20 bag opportunity because you're going to be able to buy it back closer to this line because the week you have an edge. You have an edge to sell up here if it screams, to buy back here, and then it'll fly. All right, so it could be next week. It could be this week that squeaks above. This really could take off, close above, and I'm 2 weeks off. That could happen. It could happen, but I'm still sticking with this. I think it'll be late October when it closes above. That is my guess. All right, but that doesn't matter. Any week that flies above, way above, even if it's in 2 weeks, if it flies way above, that's still a good 20 bag opportunity if there's no closure above here, because it's going to close here. Okay, with the statistical edge. So that's my multivac stuff. So be ready for that to happen. This could fly, and if it does, perfect opportunity. How high? I don't know. Maybe past here. Especially if you see it getting past here. But 15-20% above, great opportunity. All right, now Veracity. So in my last video, I said Veracity has done everything it needs to do to really have a nice blast off. It has ridden the daily 10 and 21 more than long enough. Bitcoin can more than double just by doing this exact formation. So if Bitcoin can double off this formation, Veracity can do 3x. I mean, easily. Even though it's not a small cap anymore. This is like a mid small cap now, like maybe a mid cap. And if this is mixed with news that, hey, Veracity is on Binance and stuff like that, it has the chart to say, I have the support to double and triple. It has it. When is it going to happen? I freaking don't know. I mean, it looks ready. Regardless, it looks ready. I don't think there's a ton of threat to the downside on this. Now, even if, so let's think of this on the weekly scale. What if Bitcoin cannot close a daily above previous all-time highs and this day up? So this day up on Bitcoin doesn't close that high, comes screaming back down, closes below 64.8 or whatever the all-time high was, and then it corrects 15%. In that situation, I still think Veracity is going to be fine. I bet Veracity could do something like so this is a weekly scale, right? So this is a whole week. It's only halfway through. If Bitcoin does that and tomorrow really tanks and the next day, Veracity will probably stay above this line, maybe wick here. But it's probably gonna. So once Bitcoin's done really screaming down, people are taking profits on Bitcoin and buying alts. It could scream back up and get right back into this range. So if you see Veracity really start to come down here close to this all-time highs, just know that it's likely going to pop right back up. I personally wouldn't be too scared about it if that were to happen. That's like the most bearish case possible. Just a quick pop. Don't worry about it. It's going to be back in the range, and then people are taking profits on Bitcoin as it consolidates because it's not screaming down anymore. And boom, the next week could really fly. Even if this candle closes like a doji red down here, something like that, it doesn't matter. You have candle closures above this line. You're good to go. The next week will probably fly. So this won't be greatly affected by a Bitcoin fake out. I mean, on a percentage basis, how big is that from open to here? 15%. But it'll probably bounce right back because I'm telling you, people take profits on Bitcoin and buying altcoins. So, and Ethereum might fly in that situation too after being affected by it by the first. So Veracity looks really good. I mean, even in light of Bitcoin having a big correction. I think it's going to perform really, really well. It is a strong chart. Strong chart, a lot of support. It looks freaking sexy. All right, TRIAS. So here's a key line that weeks could not close above. And this is what I'm talking about for Multivac. Look, if you get a week that goes significantly above your line, right? In this case, it actually closed below. But if you intra week, that would have been a good opportunity because you know it can't. So in this case, this is kind of what Multivac might be doing here. TRIAS couldn't fly yet because there was no closure above the weekly horizontal. Does that make sense? So does this mean right now might be an okay 20 bag opportunity? Man, it did put a lot of time. This honestly could break my rule that you need to close down here because it put in a lot of time. If there's going to be an exception to that rule, this might be it. This could be the week that flies. However, charting wise, if this week gets too far away from this line, you do technically have a statistical edge to take profits and look to buy back a little lower. You really do. And so how far above this line are we getting here? So that's if you like day trade. If you click around with TRIAS more than once or twice a week, that would be a trade you take. If you're a hodler, then just leave it alone, right? So you're not looking to do those types of trades. But if this gets like 30% above and like maybe hits this week $15, that's a good 10 bag, 10 to 20 bag maybe opportunity because you do have a statistical edge that this week will come back down, close a little closer to this line. And if it were to do something like that, you're buying at a 25% discount because you sold up here. That's this week only. Next week's candle, if it flies, okay, that's fine. Assuming this week closes above. I wouldn't be 20 bagging until you get divergence on the 4 hour or something. But this week is a perfect example of what I think Multivac might do midweek. But if Multivac gets, 20% above, that would be a very, very safe trade because it hasn't put in like freaking 15 weeks chilling in a range. So TRIAS might break the rule, or what it might do is it just might close fairly high up instead of too close. It might close a moderate distance away, and the next week backfills a little bit and really blasts. So, but I really don't see this week closing like up at $15 or anything. It needs a candle closure before it really can sustain that. But it might not close too close to the line. It might not. And that is based off the idea that it did something special. Like this ranging here is very special stuff. So yeah, TRIAS looks, it's probably not coming back down. You might get a backfill. And if you see a backfill on a Monday or Tuesday of a week, so let's say this week closes here. And if you see Monday, Tuesday wick down below, and Bitcoin is not like tanking or anything, but it might be lower, it might be like 62K, 63K, but it's consolidating, that would still be a good pickup. Because that week, assuming this closes above, TRIAS has what it needs to really fly that next week, okay? So, all right, that's what we got for you. Hey, if you're new and you liked what you saw, the links to the Patreon Discord community down there, full of Verasity, TRIAS Multivac geeks, and if this helped you understand charts a little bit better, they seem less foreign when you click around with your money, you might have a little bit better idea. You need to check out the, before you join the community, you can check out the library section of my playlist called Library. Watch all those because the things that we do in the community, you need to know the jargon, the base jargon before you join. It'll make your investment much more likely. And I also have abbreviated, more to the point versions within the community. So you can just do that and consume the straight to the point videos in a lower tier and decide, hey, which tier's for me. But anyway, I hope you liked what you saw here today. On your way out, smash like if you haven't. Leave me a quick comment, even if it's LOL, you suck, you actually do suck. Whatever you want to do, quack for B Pro people watching these videos, whoever you are, and we'll see you later.